The Lions don't want to play. I shouldn't have to do a video, so I'm out of here. Just joking. Lions lose their 4th in a row. We know what they are. They're 4-8. They're not a very good team. The Colts, they look like the seasoned team. They look like the team that made the playoffs last year. They score with no time on the clock. They come into Ford Field. And the sad thing about this losing streak, we played some good teams, but we just played 3 games in a row on our home turf, and we walked away with no victories. All 3 of them were close, but at the end of the day, we're stuck here, and the playoff hopes, if they weren't gone already at Thanksgiving, they're certainly gone now. And would you even want this team to make it to the playoffs? Would you want to see a national televised humiliation? I sure wouldn't myself. Good things from this game, well, the offense looked okay. Calvin Johnson was dominant. He's on pace to break Jerry Rice's record, most receiving yards for anyone in the history of the NFL, so that's good. Stafford looked pretty good. Our defense at times got interceptions, but the problem with the defense is this. They seem to play good when our offense is stagnant, but when our offense scores points, they give up points right with the offense scoring. We just can't play consistent on both of those phases of the field. Where one's playing good, the other's not. I don't know what the problem is. I have a few ideas. And when you see talent and it's not coming together, when you see the offense play good and the defense plays bad and vice versa, you have to look at the coaches. And it starts at the top with Jim Schwartz. From this point forward, every video we do into the offseason, we're going to be talking about something geared toward the offseason. It's simple. I want to keep you guys watching. Talking about these games, which are becoming more and more meaningless, is going to mean some of you might not watch anymore. So we'll be adding in guys that we could draft, moves we want to make. Obviously, once the season is over, we'll get into those things in more detail. But from this point forward, we'll be talking about draft prospects, free agent targets, guys we think should stay, should step up, should leave on the current roster. And we'll take it like that. But to wrap this game up in a nutshell, we choked, we were pathetic. And I wasn't even upset this time. You know, I kind of just watched, and I had that 2008 feeling where it's like, wow, okay, we lost the game. Big deal. After Thanksgiving, I think some of that emotion, and trust me, I'm the biggest Lions fan you're going to find. But after Thanksgiving Day game, the way things went, this season, it took something out of me. And so that raw, heated emotion is not there. And I'm not surprised when they had that game-winning drive that it went down as it did. Our defense is notorious this year for giving up the big drive when we hope they can get a stop. And so that's it. Looking forward, you would like to get after the quarterback a little bit more than what we did. Sue had a big game. You know, we get close, but this dominant defensive line, it's not there. We're going to have to address the defensive end at the end of this season. Kyle Vanden Bosch will probably be gone. Cliff Averill might be gone. We're going to need 1, if not 2 defensive ends. If you're looking at the draft, right now, you know, we're getting closer and closer to getting a top 10 pick. We're in that 7 to 12 range as of right now, depending on other teams' wins and losses. You got to look at a guy from Florida State, Bjorn Werner. He's big, he's strong. He's the type of defensive end I've been saying the Lions need for quite some time. Someone that's more physically imposing than this speed demon, speed urchin, freakish athlete. He is athletic, but he's good against the run. He can get after the quarterback, and he has a lot of power and size. So keep an eye out on him. To toot my own horn, some of the guys I've been saying the Lions should target in the draft, some of them have come to fruition. I talked about Ryan Broyles last year. He's a Lion. Talked about Kellen Moore. A few years back on the podcast, I talked about your job at best and your Michaela Shores, and they're in the Lions fold. So we'll be talking about some guys I think fits the Lions scheme, type of players that they like that could be available. And so we're going to start off, and this will be a first-round prospect from Florida State, Bjorn Werner. That's going to do it, guys. If I sound upset, disappointed, it's because I am. The Lions this season are just thinking up the joint. So leave your comments, sarcasm, your disappointments, your rants, whatever you like to do in the allocated section. Don't forget to subscribe, and in a few days, we'll be back to talk more Detroit Lions. But in all seriousness, thanks for watching, and as always, this has been Jerry Mallory for SB Nation and PrivateDetroit.com.